and welcome back to Presley Mania. My name is Rhonda and thank you so much for joining me on this video today. If you are new to my channel and you like the content, please be sure and hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it very much. Okay guys, last week my video about the court case documents in the Orange County, Florida case against Priscilla. Well, it's actually Brigitte Kruse versus Priscilla Presley, and it's Priscilla Presley Partners, which Bridget is part of and is majority owner on most of it, I believe, is against Priscilla. So I brought out and talked about the most recent documents that have been posted, and we got over 300 comments on my channel from that video. That is an incredible amount. But it wasn't just you viewers who were commenting. Brigitte Kruse also left comments on my channel. And I thought it would only be right and fair to her to share those comments with y'all in case you have not read them or seen them. But they are on my channel, so unless they get deleted by her or me, they are there for anyone to view. So with that being said, I thought we would get started and go over some of the comments that were left and then her response to some of those. Some are short, some are long. So let's do this. Okay. So one of my viewers said, talking about the content that this, and all of this is based on the content that I went over, said, I think two dishonest people found each other. And there was, she put a laughing emoji. And Bridget responded with an emoji with a tear and said, what a horrible thing to say. So anyway, she obviously did not like that comment. And then there was another one that said, I never understood how Lisa lost to Barry Siegel, and even less understood that Siegel remained so close to Priscilla that he was even involved in the Coppola film project. Isn't it weird to see his name once again mentioned in that lawsuit? And Bridget left the clapping hands emoji and said spot on. Then the third comment was by one of the viewers. What a bunch of idiots, and what a waste of taxpayers' money for any court staff having to process any document. My question is, did Bridget help Priscilla with the getting buried at Graceland deal? Well, that's a good question. So I'm going to tell you that we had several responses to that. And we had a viewer say, sure did. I responded with, yes, she did. And then the person who posted the comment said, oh my gosh, that's lousy, and I don't trust Bridget either. And then the same person who made the comment said, that's horrible. I don't trust BK either now. Well, Bridget responds to this, and she says, at Presley Mania, me, why are you saying this? And in all caps, it is not true. Please stop lying about me, Rhonda. You know nothing about the situation or how things occurred. You are making dangerous and untrue speculations. Take the time to ask questions like others have, in all caps. Please stop saying things that are untrue. I am a human being and am happy to answer questions when asked. Okay, well, I decided I would write her back, and this was my response to Bridget. At Brigitte Kruse, I did not ask this question, and I did not. However, I would like to hear your answer. According to the settlement agreement, Priscilla's burial was part of the deal. Did you or did you not help with the suit against Riley? You yourself stated to me that you didn't receive any monetary compensation for your work on the lawsuit. And according to the agreement, it states that Priscilla can be buried at Graceland to the best of Riley's ability. Therefore, my answer of yes to the question seems legitimate. Please enlighten if this is not true. Are you saying you had no part in this? Again, my venue is open for a question and answer show. Okay, so this is one, these questions are not in the order they were received. I'm starting with the last question that was asked and working towards the first. And Bridget responded in all caps, no, I absolutely did not, for the record. Okay, so I responded back to her and I said, thank you for answering. So I take it this was Priscilla's request and you know nothing about it. How did it become part of the settlement? Was it added after your involvement? And I never saw an answer on that. And then I went ahead and I responded again with this to Bridget, at Brigitte Kruse. Please refer to Settlement Agreement and Release, page 3, under section titled Agreement, Item 7, Graceland Burial. Riley, as trustee of the Promenade Trust, is the owner of Graceland. Riley and Priscilla desire for Priscilla to be buried at Graceland. To the extent of her authority, Riley agrees to allow Priscilla to be buried upon her death in the meditation garden of Graceland. The burial location will be at the location closest to Elvis Presley without moving any existing gravesite. To the extent of her authority, Riley agrees to include in the planning of any memorial service at Graceland, Navarone, any person Priscilla names as her executor, and any person Priscilla names in her will as a person Priscilla desires to participate in planning her memorial service. To the extent of her authority, Riley agrees that Brigitte Kruse and Kevin Fialco may attend any memorial service for Priscilla unless Priscilla in writing states that she does not want either or both of them to attend. This, and then I said to Bridget, this is the actual court document my opinion was based on. Okay, so now you guys can see how I formed my opinion. And I'm just going to say that I feel like it was spot on. Okay, so Bridget responded with, have you ever considered that this portion of the agreement was something that Riley and Priscilla agreed on? I didn't have the power to insert that language. In fact, I have text to prove that this was a decision made between a grandmother and her granddaughter, period. Riley would never let anyone tell her where her grandmother will be laid to rest. Anyone that believes otherwise knows nothing. They are like any other family in that regard. You are way out of line here. Mine and Kevin's names are only on that agreement because of our level of involvement with the settlement process. We didn't create the settlement. We just wanted to see the family stay just that. And she put in quotation marks, a family. Okay, well, I responded again. And I said at Brigitte Kruse, I appreciate your answering. This was in no way intended to insult you. Quite the opposite. It was to show where I got the information and formed my opinion. I'm not the only person who wonders about this. Look at it this way. Look at it. I can't even speak. I can't even read what I wrote. Okay, I said, look at this as a way to answer the questions Elvis fans are having. The only way you can share your side is by addressing the big issues. It is not out of line to have an opinion and state them. You said in your declaration that you worked hours from a hospital bed on the settlement. Are we not to believe that you knew about the burial? What we don't know is how and why it's a part of the final settlement and why you continue to work on something completely against Lisa's wishes. You also said that you and Kevin didn't create the settlement but were involved in the process. Being involved means you clearly knew what was being discussed and finalized. Also, in your statement of facts, there is an email stating that Priscilla was being removed from the trust before Lisa passed. That raises another question. Why then the suit against Riley? And then I had another person respond to what I wrote to Bridget, and they said, excellent questions, and you are 100% correct. I think what has been misconstrued and misunderstood by Bridget on some of the things that I said and the opinions that I gave is this. The whole point of what I was trying to say in that video when I stated my beliefs based on the court documents that I had read is that she helped Priscilla with this suit, full well knowing that it was against Lisa's wishes. So my point was, why would you do that? Why would you go, if you were as close to the family as you say you are, why would you go against Lisa's wishes? To help Priscilla get money, take it from the girls' trusts. That was my whole point, and I think, and I feel like it has been misunderstood. Okay. Let's see, what else was there? There was another one. Okay, we had another viewer say, we can know for sure that it's not Brigitte Kruse who said, file a suit against Riley. Brigitte Kruse did not have the means to know that Lisa had taken out life insurance more than 30 years ago. Priscilla blamed her former lawyer shortly after we were shocked by her behavior. She was not talking about Brigitte Kruse, and Brigitte Kruse was not born yet when Priscilla, in the same way, pursued Vernon when he was mourning Elvis. The current question is rather, how come the main media claims that Priscilla was the one to have sued Brigitte Kruse first when the complaint for elder abuse did not appear, when the complaint for elder abuse did only appear as a response to Bridget's complaint for a legal breach of contract, and Bridget responded with clapping hands. Okay. So, she liked that comment. I'm going to leave that alone. I will comment later on some of the things that I disagree about. All right. Then we had a viewer who left a comment to me that said, sorry, but adding here and there, you know how much I don't like Priscilla, doesn't change my disappointment at seeing you participate in the business of destabilizing a witness ready to speak. So I've had a viewer who was not happy with what I did, and then we had a viewer comment and said, witnesses are supposed to speak in a courtroom, not on YouTube. Then we had another viewer comment, destabilizing. A person in several active legal disputes should be submitting her evidence and statements to the court, not YouTube and random minor journalists. And then I responded, thank you for watching. I'm not destabilizing a witness, just reading court documents. The information was supplied by them. It's their deposition. Opinions are based on the evidence provided by those involved. And then Bridget responded and said, I have not said anything that is not in court documents. I am allowed to address anything that is already out there. What disappoints me is when people implement their own innuendo versus asking the facts. So, I feel like that was kind of referring to us making assumptions. So, all right. Let's skip on over to the next. Okay, so Bridget, this is probably the first response that she wrote on the YouTube video last week. And this one is quite involved. And so I'm going to just go through, tell you what she said, and then I'm going to tell you what I said, and you guys can let me know what y'all think. At Bridget, so Brigitte Kruse wrote this in response to what I read from the court documents. I never charged her, meaning Priscilla, $30,000 to move anything. She was also never charged for storage. I did not make a dime off of Lisa's passing or take anything from her children. Priscilla should give 100% of the money back to her granddaughters if she feels I inserted myself. If what Bridget purportedly did was insert herself, then give all of the money back to Lisa's children. Easy solution, Miss Priscilla. Who made 100% off of that lawsuit? Priscilla Presley. What did Brigitte Kruse receive? 0%. Kevin Fialco and I were used and thrown away like trash less than a week before the settlement funds were to go into her bank account. The truth will come out, we promise. Also, Kevin and I do and did care for Lisa and her children very much. What happened was tragic, and we have all been through loss, so we know how hard those times can be. Kevin and I were the ones that found the twins their own attorney to protect their interest. That will also come out. Okay. And I responded to Bridget with this. At Brigitte Kruse, thank you for leaving a comment. I am open to having you on a show for Q&A if you are interested. Please note that I will ask questions, and this invitation is for you only and not other content creators. In response to your statements, if you didn't charge $30,000 for the move, then A, where did this figure come from? Did Priscilla make up a fictitious amount? B, was there a third party involved who charged her? If so, were they paid? C, what exactly was moved and why was it stored at your home rather than the house Priscilla leased for 5 years? And then I said, regarding the lawsuit, point A, my point wasn't whether or not you made money, but rather, why did you act as POA, power of attorney, on a suit that literally took funds from the trust or life insurance and funded Priscilla's pocket? Did you have an agreement in place that provided compensation for you and Kevin? B, you stated you cared for Lisa and her girls very much, yet this suit wasn't beneficial to them and clearly went against Lisa's wishes. C, you referenced finding an attorney to protect the twins' interests. Isn't that what the trust should do? Did they need a lawyer as a direct result of the suit, or was this needed for Lockwood's financial support as guardian? Hell would freeze over before Priscilla would return the money to the girls. You obviously know her very well. If the goal was to help her financially because you loved her and the Presleys trusted you as extended family, shouldn't another avenue been explored other than suing Riley? These questions are not meant to come across insensitive to your situation, but rather an attempt to understand. You're welcome to private message me through Messenger, and for the record, I have not received anything through Messenger from Bridget. The only responses that I have gotten have been on the YouTube channel in the comments threads underneath the video. And she did not respond to any of those questions. Some of them, I feel like she probably wasn't able to because they pertain to the lawsuit. but the ones pertaining to the suit against Riley that Priscilla filed and Bridget was power of attorney on, those I think she could have responded to, but she chose not to. And I thought that, and I hope, Bridget, that you see that I am not trying to just point fingers, but I really, really want to know what is going on and why you continue to stay. And I know you may think I'm beating a dead horse here, but why did you continue to work on that suit when you knew that it went against Lisa's wishes? And you state right here that you did love Lisa and the girls. Did you love Priscilla more? I mean, I'm just asking. Or was it something that, were you on her payroll, so that's why you filed the suit, because it was part of your job? I guess I'm really just trying to understand all of this, because at some point, when you think about it from a moral standpoint, taking money from Lisa's children and then knowing that Lisa didn't want that and funding Priscilla's pockets, I still think that's wrong. I still think it's really wrong, and I think I would have had to, if I was on Priscilla's payroll, say I quit. I mean, I don't think I could have morally done that to those children and gone against a mother's wishes. Anybody's. I don't care who it is. Because I just truly and honestly feel like that is wrong. Completely wrong. And that's just my opinion. And I'm telling you guys right now, that is just my opinion. It is, I'm not trying to slam anybody or hurt anybody or slander anybody. I'm just stating my opinion. I just feel like that it should not have been done. And maybe there's more to it than I realize. If there is, Bridget, please let me know. But again, I would be open to having you on a show. I will state it publicly here. So if you're watching, I would be happy to have you on a show, but I am going to ask questions, and I probably will have questions to the answers that you give if you were to come on. So, I want to know. People have questions. They aren't happy about the Priscilla being buried at Graceland thing. You say you had nothing to do with that, but yet you were a part of the suit. So we're just trying to process the information that you've given us and trying to make sense of it. So we had one other comment on that thread from Bridget, and the viewer said, "You betrayed the trust." She's speaking to Bridget here. "You betrayed the trust. Imagine someone coming into your home and making copies of all they see to share. It is disgusting and disrespectful. It is immature and unprofessional. You made copies of things for bad intent. It shows. Friends do not do what you did. You then play victim after helping con and disrespect Lisa's wishes and help make money from Lisa's daughters. Imagine someone taking money from your daughters one day soon. You have lost yourself and are emotional roller coaster caught up in lies and tabloid rubbish." Well, obviously somebody agreed with my comment to her. And Bridget responded back with, "You have no idea what happened, and I respect that everyone has an opinion. But everything you have stated about me is so off. You don't know me. You don't know what happened, and I've never done anything to hurt anyone I love or have ever loved on purpose. That's not who I am at all. I'm not perfect, and we have all had issues in life, but you are saying some very hurtful and untrue things about me when you don't even know me. You weren't there. Please just stop attacking me and wait for the truth. That's all I ask. Okay, those are Bridget's responses to comments that I made from the video. They're her responses to some of you, the viewers. And I wanted to read those to you guys, and just in case you missed them. Now, I had one other comment that is completely separate from Bridget, but it does concern something that I think was misinterpreted by me. The question was asked, what evidence do I have for the claim that it was Brigitte Kruse who pushed Priscilla to sue Riley? And they ended it with thank you. So it's actually, this one I'm going to say who it was. It was Jess Flint. So Jess, I responded, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you right here, in case you missed my response, that I appreciate you watching my channel. I really, really do. But I think you misunderstood what I said. I never said that Bridget pushed Priscilla to sue Riley. I don't believe that. I don't believe she did. I think Priscilla, this was her idea. That's my opinion. I don't know at this point, but that's my opinion. I'm wondering if maybe what made you think that is something that was said in Priscilla's declaration that I read. So I wanted to clear up any misunderstanding on that part. I never meant to allude that Bridget pushed Priscilla into suing Riley. I don't think that's the case. And again, I'm not taking up for anybody here. I'm not Team Bridget, Team Priscilla, not any of that. These are basically, I am reading the court documents and things as we get them and as they come in. And yes, I state my opinions on them. We are all entitled to those. So I wanted to give you guys this little follow-up to what happened last week. You can come to your own conclusions. I still have many questions. I still feel like that there is dirt on both sides, and I feel like that there are things that we will probably never know, but time will tell, and we're going to have to wait and see, won't we, for the answers. So anyhow, so until next time, y'all, remember, you only get one shot at this life, so live each day to the fullest, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Hope to see you all next week. Thank you again for watching, and if you like the content, please be sure and subscribe. I appreciate you all, and thanks for listening. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.